Hi, Judy here from Thistledew Creations. Today I want to do a little Happy Mail unboxing, I guess, or opening. And I went to my post office, my mailbox this morning. All of this was in there. So I've been doing a lot of artist trading card swaps, and I suspect that's what most of these are. So I thought I would just open them up on camera and then do a little flip through of my ATC book that I've started. And we'll see how we make out here. So I just want to do them off, put them off camera so you don't see their addresses. I'll open them one at a time. So this one's from Lori from Illinois. And I love the pink ice cream cone paper of the envelope. I'm going to try to save it, so I'm opening it with my letter opener. And what have we got in here? It was a little bit stuck inside. I think she might have made this envelope. So she's got a sticker on here that says "Long live snail mail, Happy Mail." And then on the front, we've got a great thing, which is a round postage stamp. So I got a few of these and a few of the sunflower ones today. And then inside we have a card with an eagle. That's beautiful. And it says, "Thank you for your interest in my little dragonfly. I'm thinking of doing a series of jars. Hope you enjoy this card." So it's like a mason jar with a dragonfly inside and some flowers down in the corner. Everything has beauty. So that's really cute. I picked it because I love dragonflies and mason jars. So that'll go into my collection. Thank you, Lori. I just want to keep these in their envelopes. So the next one is from Florida, from Edna. And again, we have the cool postage stamp, which I've got. I'm going to have several of these. We send each other pictures of what we're ready to mail, and I've got several of them had these. I thought it was a sunflower, but I guess it's an orange daisy. So I want to use some of those this fall and do a series of artist trading cards with them on them. And let's see if I can get into this without mangling the envelope. I've been saving all my Happy Mail envelopes, and I want to do a special project with just them. So we got a nice little sticker on the back here too. And so with Edna, we have a beautiful pink background daisy card. And we've got some washi tape that we can salvage. I always save any washi tape that I get in a package and try to use the little pieces. We've got some little extras in here, some stickers. I like the candles, those are cute. And just a circle that's like die cut and embossed at the same time. I think some of the dies do that. I'm not sure. I haven't learned a whole lot about them yet. I do want to get one of those machines. So we did 2 card swap, I believe. That's how many she sent me anyway. And then there's some more extras in here, some words, which is, I don't see them a lot this way, vertically. So that's cool. And some just little random snippets of scraps, which I tend to use those up right away when I get them. And then, "Judy, thank you for your trade. Regards, Edna." And again, I picked this one because it was something to do with a bee. Oh yeah, there is a little bee in the corner. And I've been saving these little sleeves. I'm sure they're not expensive, but I didn't have any. But I'm putting them into my binder, which has a sheet protector in it, so I'll save that for when I send out a card. But I like this. It's got, it's from Florida, July 8th, 2024, and Be Happy. And so that's a die cut, the Be Happy part. Everything's die cuts, it looks like. The flower might be a fussy cut. It's hard to tell, it's thinner paper. But yeah, I really like that, the pinkiness of it. And then this blue rose really caught my eye with the gears, kind of a steampunky look. Yeah, I really like that. And it's, again, it's a collage one that very much like what I do, with some actual, I don't know if this one's metal. They kind of look like they might be plastic, they might be metal. They're not very heavy, but yeah, so that's a really, really great swap. Thank you very much, Edna. I think it was her that suggested doing the 2 card swap. It makes sense when you have to pay extra postage to swap more than 1 card, and then your investment per card isn't so high. I did one this morning where I shipped it to the Netherlands, and it was $3.30 instead of $1.40 if I was shipping it to the States. So this one's from Claire in Pennsylvania. And again, I've got the round postage stamp. And this is one of those peel off sticky envelopes. So we got some Happy Holidays paper in an aqua, which is what I like. I like to do non-traditional Christmas. I don't think she knew that, but maybe she did. And a bee card. Favorite flower. Very nice. It has a nice feel to it even. So thank you, Claire. You'll definitely get a special place in my book. And then next we have, I think this was a Lori. It's L, and from Alberta. So within my Canada. And what have we got here? Thanks for being my partner in Junk Journal Junkies Canada 3 ATC swap. Please find enclosed my very first 3 artist trading cards. They are basic, but not bad for my first try. I still have lots to learn. I hope you enjoy them. And it's Laura Lee or Lorelei. So we've got a yellow one with daisies. And the background is like book page, but it's yellow. And then same thing, book page. It looks like she's painted or done something to make it pink in the background. And this one has a house and some washi tape and dream. So maybe that's her dream house. And then this one, same thing, book page in green with some washi tape and a couple of flowers. And this is a cute little friendship is the wine of life. That's really cute. Just as wine becomes richer as it ages, so too does the bond between good friends. Let's see if these ones have a... I will pick daisies and have a happy heart. That's nice to include a quote on the back of them. Home is the starting place of love, hope, and dreams. Very nice. I would say, yes, you've done very well for your first 3. And you will find that they will get more and more involved as you go. Any kind of art that I do, I always start out pretty basic and then build. And every time I do a series, it gets a little more complicated and a little more interesting. I don't find those uninteresting at all. That's not what I'm saying. Just in general, that's how art works. And then this one's St. Louis, Missouri. And it doesn't have a first name on the outside, and I don't remember. So let's open it up and see. Pretty pink envelope. Pretty floral stamps. Nice to have 3 stamps on there. And then we've got Girl Power. That's really cute. And, oh yes, I remember. Sheila, thanks for the trade. And I really like this card. She had posted a bunch of them that were all this theme with the rosy-cheeked kids. So a few little bits of paper scraps and stuff that I can use in my own art. And then this lovely card. It again has a really nice feel to it, and I just think these children are adorable. I picked it because of the blue hat mostly. And then Sheila, August 24, St. Louis, Missouri. I like that stamp that she used on the back. Maybe try to find one of those. Very nice. So thank you, Sheila. Really happy to get that one. Just love the colors in their faces and their clothing. And we've got another pink envelope from California, Placerville, California, Christy. And we've got lots of floral stamps on the front again. One with a hummingbird, couple with hummingbirds, one with blueberries. And what does this say? Artwork enclosed, please do not bend. I see some people put that on them. And then thanks for trading with me, a little piece of pretty orange paper. And then some more scraps. I like the map, very nice neutral map. Looks like some stamping. It's always neat to take someone else's little snippets and make something of them. They might have been something that's been rattling around in their scrap drawer for a long time and they didn't do anything with them, and then I'll try to get them and use them right away. And here she's recycled an envelope, and I like that because I will use, I want to start a collection of this interior of envelope patterns. It's a good way to use them. So this one's Night Owl, and this one glows in the dark. The yellowish parts around the edge and around the moon glows in the dark, and maybe even some of the white does, I'm not sure. So it says Night Owl by Christy. Check me out on Facebook, hashtag Chris Rocks, KRISROCKS, number 3 of 3. So she's numbered her series, which I want to start doing that too. I haven't done that up to this point. So thank you, Christy. Very much like that. Can't wait to see it glowing. I wonder if it needs to sit outside in the light for a bit first. I got 2 more here. This one's from Mandy from New York, Messina, New York. And it's got another one of those yellow daisies and some rainbow washi tape, it looks like. A few little extra goodies inside. I've started a little box of goodies just for this purpose. Some music paper. And it looks like it's in a different language. That's neat. And then this is what I mean, Brad, when I say just look at your junk mail. Look what she used to send this in. She just folded over this New York Power Authority brochure that she probably got in her junk mail. And she used it to send this, but now for me, that's a piece of washi tape. I don't want to crumple that up. For me, this is interesting because I've got some stuff about New York. I can do New York greeting card, and or I can just use it as cardstock. But that's the kind of thing that us junk journalers will save. And then the card is an abstract, probably cut out of a master board, just judging by the way it's sort of cut off partway through an element. Looks like it was stamping shapes over a abstract background. And I picked this one just because of the color of it more than anything. And then she's just got her name and address on the back. So I like that one a lot. Thank you, Mandy. Thanks for the goodies. And one more, which is from Julia in Missouri. And it's got one of those cool stamps and thank you on the back. We're all very thankful to each other when we're trading. Ooh, this envelope has the interesting interior in it. So I'll definitely save that. That's a neat pattern. So what does Julia sent me? A little yellow paper that says, "Dear Judy, thank you for trading with me. I like your dot cards. They're great. Happy to add one to my collection. Keep creating, Julia." And then hers is the lady with coffee. "The aroma of coffee always cheers me up. Which blend of coffee would you use?" And so it's looks like a background that is done with ink or paint, sort of shaded. And then some washi stickers and a bit of doily in behind, paper doily. And then the back has her name and state. So that's good. I was looking forward to getting one of those. That sort of coffee chick vibe. I don't have anything like that, so that's neat. And I sent her one of my rainbow dot cards, I think. So now, before I put them away, I'll show you how I set up my binder for the ATCs. So this was from my fabric haul from Restwell Upholstery, and this book was the metal parts that I can use in my junk journals. So far I've left these in the book. They're stored, they're safe. I haven't used them yet, but I will. But I've added in the front these 9 pocket card holders. Now, some of them are double-sided, like there's 3 layers. There's a layer in the front, a solid layer, and then a layer in the back. So I can do back-to-back cards in those ones. Some of the pages that I've picked up don't have that feature. They're just 1 pocket in each one. So I will do a flip through here. What I did for the first page is all people that I'm waiting on cards from. So some of them might get emptied today. And then these are the ones that I've received so far. So I'll start down here and let you see each one. So this one says, "Use your wings." And it's a collage one. Got a butterfly up in the corner. And it's from Edmonton, Judy from Edmonton. And we did this one back in July. Traded it. And then a butterfly and strawberry, which strawberry was the main reason I picked it. And this feels like it might be napkin, this layer. And then there's some scrapbook paper probably back here. And then maybe watercolor paper. And this one's Karen. And Karen is from, oh, I don't have it down here where she's from. And I don't have the little information. I'm trying to put a little information card with each one. So I'll have to go back in my notes and see where Karen was from and put it in there. And so then this one is Abby from Rising Tide Art Designs on Facebook. And she put hers in a little paper sleeve. So I kept that with it. And I don't have Abby's information here either. These were some of the very first swaps that I did. So I've kind of got myself a little bit better organized since then. But we have a postage stamp, we have stickers, we have amusement park, and then looks like cancellation stamps and more washi stickers. So I just thought that one was really pretty with all the purples. And then, and so the adventure begins. And then up here it says, something carried here by Grace, I will. So that was probably just washi tape that I just got a section of it. A doily, and then it looks like just circles. It's just a pretty one. And then the doily wraps around onto the back. And I don't have that one, I don't have anything to say who made that one. So I would need to go back into my messenger messages and figure out who sent me that one. And then this one is more 3-dimensional. Again, there's no name on this one. So again, one of the first ones I did. It's first swaps I did. So we've got a book page flower, and then a sticker or a die cut flower, and then a die cut butterfly. And these are raised up with the foam dots, so it feels very dimensional. The background is a nice collage of, looks like stamps and paint splatters and that sort of stuff. And then just a little bit of bling. So I thought that one was really pretty. And then this one didn't come to me as an ATC swap. It came to me in a general swap, like with a whole bunch of other stuff. And I haven't had a chance yet to go back and see who sent this one to me. It was one of the first swaps that I did. I remember that. And once I started putting this book together, I remembered this and went and got it to see if it was the same size, and it was. So I stuck it in here. And what I really liked about this one, well, I like the, I was going to say clock, but it isn't. It's a compass. But what I really liked about it was the way she used the vellum and the staples. So she just did 2 staples and crisscrossed them, and suddenly they don't just seem so ordinary, if you know what I mean. And then this one, again, no name on it. I thought I had more of these labeled, but this one's got a tiny little envelope with a flower and then a tiny little note card sticking out of it. And the note card has like embossed faux writing on it. And then it looks like this one might have also been from a master board. It's got the elements cut off and then a little bit of fabric underneath. And like a scrapbook paper thickness on this one. And I don't know who that one's from either. So if one of these is yours, let me know. And then this one looks like it probably came from this same person because the backgrounds are very, very similar. Still no name on the back. And I like the elements. I like the very 3-dimensional resin daisy and then some tiny little wooden stars. A little bit of bling. Probably if I looked back through my swaps, I could figure out who sent these to me. And then the Free Spirit has looks like scrapbook paper background and then washi stickers and a 3D wooden button. And on the back, we've got some book page, and this one I do have a post-it note. So this is Kim. And then there's also a butterfly on the back. Kim McKenna. She's in one of the Facebook groups that we might be in here. And then this page isn't complete yet. We've got one of my more recent ones here. I just want to cover up this address. This one I just love, and it's from Rhonda from Pennsylvania, and it's fabric, and it's been sewn like a quilt and then sewn around the edge, and then this beautiful embellishment through the middle. And then the back side is also a batik fabric, and you can see where she's sewn that embellishment on and sewn around the outside. So Rhonda from Pennsylvania did that one. And Live with Passion, Laugh Out Loud, Love Deeply. And this one is from Michelle from Nova Scotia, and it looks to be stamped and then watercolored. And I just thought that it was a nice whimsical design. And then the back on this one is a trading card, not a trading card, a playing card. You can just feel it and see the design in it. It's a playing card, but she's attached her watercolor paper to it, which I thought was a really neat idea. I've got tons of playing cards I need to use, so that gives me an idea of how I can better use them. And this one I really liked. I don't usually go in much for reds, but this is from Les. Yeah, Les. And she's from Kansas City, Missouri. And Les Plumes. And it feels like it might be printed on photo paper or have a clear coating over top of it or something. It's very glossy, very almost metallic looking. I don't know if you can see that when I move it around a bit, but I believe it is her original artwork, and then she's made it into a card. And she signed the back and put traded to Judy Greer, which is my last name. And then this one is, I picked because it had a bee. So we have a bee and a ladybug on a green background. And this one is Paula Dupuis from Quebec. And it's called The Bugs, or the theme is The Bugs, and have a good day. So I really liked that just for the bee more than anything. I like ladybugs too, but I really like bees. And this is one of my favorites so far that I've gotten, that I've traded for. And it is from Miriam in Alberta. And I just really liked the design of the card when I saw it. And the back is pretty plain. It just says, I just put her name on it. I like the quarter circle idea. It's embellished with pearls. I love this lace, which feels like it's glued down really well. It's like hardened with glue. But what I didn't realize when I picked it is that these little bouquets of flowers or pots of flowers come out, and this is a pocket. So we've got 3 different papers layered up, and we've got this front one is a pocket where these poke into. So I felt that that was really unique, and it inspires me that I might want to do something similar. Use that idea to make my own little version of it. So I really, really like that one too. And then this one has looks like a printed background, and then these flowers were either glued on, they've got some dimension to them and glittery centers, and then this wooden flower I'm pretty sure is from Dollarama or Dollar Tree. I think I may have bought them both places. I used to use them to make earrings, dangly earrings, but I have done some artist trading cards myself with this type of thing, not this exact one, but with this type of thing. And she's from Texas, Kathleen from Texas, Houston. So I really like the colors, and I'm not usually that much into orange, but for some reason that one spoke to me. The background, I think, is what did it. I got a bunch of addresses on here, so I got to be careful about those. And then up here we have one that's with a metal key, a flat back metal key that's meant to be used in scrapbooking, I think. And the word plan, and some, looks like drywall mesh in behind the picture. And the woman is sort of with her hand on her chin, sort of thinking. And this one is Cheryl Corbett. Now, this whole page is all Cheryl Corbett. The last couple that I got, from Cheryl, I realized that I had 6 of hers so far, so I made her own page. So here we have a little girl with the number 9 and a little 0, sort of like a bingo piece, and then a little part of a ticket or something that you would punch, and then the bright orange background. And Cheryl's in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And this one is 2 women, find strength within. And this feels almost like photo paper or something. It's got that glossy feel. There's a little bit of metallic in this corner. And she's got a nice ATC stamp. And this one's called Heritage 2, 2 of 9. So that one is nice and vintagey. I don't have any of those little people. I think that's what I should be asking for in my wishes, is some little people. And this one I liked because of the blue and the retro look. My neighbors listen to good music whether they like it or not. I thought that was funny. And I like the mosaic. I like the blue shading. There's just so much going on here that I like. And so that's also Cheryl, 2 of 9. And these 2 really took me back to my childhood, preteen years. We have the retro TV set with the Partridge Family and the Brady Bunch. And even the background is retro, like the stripes reminds me of, probably wasn't, but it reminds me of like the boy bedroom. Yeah, the Partridge Family, I love their bus. I've always liked the paint job on their bus. So those are both Cheryl's as well. So Cheryl, you have a place of honor, your own page in my book. And then we're getting into, I have one more here, which is special, and it has its own page so far, just because it's landscape orientation more than anything. So this one is Mona from Guelph, Ontario. And it's a snowman scene with a pink border. And it's a shaker card. So this, when you shake it, the snowflakes move. You can make it snow on the snowman. So I thought that was really cute. Had to have it. And like I say, just because it's a landscape portrait, landscape orientation, I have it on a separate page that I'll put all landscapes, so it's just easier to look at them. And then we get into my own cards. So I plan to have my collected ones at the front and then a sampling of each of my cards in the back. So here are probably the first ones I did were these dragonfly themed. And these were die cuts that I got in a swap. And these are die cuts that I purchased from Temu. Cut them in half. And then I've got little postage stamps and other neat things on them. And the background paper is paper that I photocopied. And the back side has, on this one, it has graph paper. I think what happened, the reason I have the graph paper on this one is because you could see through my background and you could see some writing that was on the card that I used. It was Trivial Pursuit card, so you could see it coming through. So I added another layer of paper. And then this is my little Thistledew Creations is my YouTube channel. So I put that with the YouTube symbol to just make it like a calling card for me. That's really the reason I started making them, was so that I had something to give out to people to remind them to look me up on YouTube, basically. So this one is part of that same series. I think I did this one at a different time, and that's why I put both of them in here. So the black dragonfly, the quarter circle, and then just some little bits and bobs. And this paper that's in the background is my own lace doily over top of purple scrapbook paper that I photocopied and made my own kind of scrapbook paper. And then I did some that were just more of a general collage with the half clock and the bird and the hinge and the stamps and stuff. And this background paper was a book page collage that I did as a masterboard and then photocopied it. And I think I still have that one. I haven't photocopied any lately, but I can anytime I want. And then this one is a turtle theme. And I used kind of a scrolly looking design. The postage stamp is Poseidon, so it kind of goes along with the sea theme. And I think this is some sort of a sea instrument of some sort. I like that one a lot. And a lot of sewers in my family and people that I know. So I did a series of this dressmaker Judy and a little bit of measuring tape, a little ticket and stamps. And this is actually from postage stamps. And then just a little bit of blue to bring out the blue in the Judy. And that is, again, my photocopied crocheted tablecloth over pink paper. This one has a Ferris wheel, which was a printable. Not sure where I got that, but it was a printable that I cut out and used. And then I think that's an actual stamp on this one. That one needs a little help there, a little glue. And then just a piece that I stamped out of paper bag going up the side there with a torn edge on one edge, and then that kind of cathedral window look on the other edge. I'm just going to give this a touch before I put it back in there, or I will forget to. I should have done these both sides as I was going. And then sugar skulls, I did a series of those, and then I had, this was part of a longer piece of die cut that I got, and I used it kind of like a crown on this sugar skull and added a little dragonfly, a little piece of candy wrapper that's a coppery color, and then music paper photocopied collage on the back, coffee dyed paper on the back side, and then a feather, ticket, book page background, which depending on how you look at this, I guess it's upside down, or it doesn't have to be right side up now, with the feather going down. And then this was out of a reflexology brochure, and Yeah, and then the stamp in red is just an ABC stamp. And then I did a series with bicycles, and I added flowers into the bicycles basket on the front, floral postage stamp, and then some other little doodads up top. So those were the first 9 or so that I did. And then this series of tie-dye looking ones was done with, the front paper is paper from the Dollarama, which is a tie-dyed 6x6 paper. So I did all the cards up in the tie-dye, and I picked coordinating colors for the backs. And then I inked all with just black ink and did a bunch of different inking, different designs. So I kept a sample of each of the ones that I did. I did about 6 of each of these at the time. And then, like I say, I've got coordinating backgrounds on them. This one had a lot of pink, so I picked a pink background. This one had a lot of green, so I picked a green background. And the backgrounds I try to keep fairly plain, just so that you can use it to jot down a note if you want to. Like if I'm giving this out as a calling card, I might want to write down my Etsy shop for them too, or my phone number, or my email address, or a quote for something, or, you know, whatever. It's just a place to write. So these can be journaling cards as well as artist trading cards. So I really need to be using my double-sided pages for my own, but I'll get that changed around. So that one has the yellow background, and I don't have my Thistledew Creations on there. I'll have to do that. And then a bee with a rose, and the half butterfly has been popular. And the dragonfly has been popular. Of course, who doesn't like dragonflies, right? And then dream catchers and feathers. And then this one, this series I really enjoyed doing. It was just a printable of PowerShell hearts. And then I glued it down onto this paper that kind of had a minty green, because there's mint green up in the PowerShell. So it's all paper. But then I put over top of the PowerShell heart, I did iridescent nail polish with the flakes of iridescent in it. And it just really brings it to life. And then I put around the outside, I have the markers that do the silvery, metallic, and then an outline of color. They're called outline markers, I think. So I did 3 or 4 rows, I guess, of those. And I did a whole series of these. I think I think it was more than 9 of these. And then the background on this one is kind of a rusted looking mint green. Yeah, so I'll do more of that kind of thing. Probably never make the same one again. It'll be something a little different, but I do like to expand on a theme once, especially if it's been a popular one. And then this has been a popular theme too, the bees. And these were like a queen bee printable. I added postage stamps, little stamps out of a stamp book, and some buttons on these ones. Torn up corrugated cardboard, and I think this was from a Tim Hortons cup sleeve. And then again, this stuff that I've punched with an edge punch that I have, and a rough polka dot background. And then the back side of these I did black because it coordinated with the black polka dots. I did that before I even knew what I was gonna put on the front, but the black, or the bee, just kind of went with that theme, so I did that. And then this one was the same printables as the PowerShell, but these ones were all native kind of designs. So I added feathers, inked the edges. This is an actual lace doily, which I know doesn't really resonate as being native, but I make dream catchers out of doilies. So to me it does. So it's my art, so my rules. And then I put an actual piece of leather braiding, turquoise leather braiding, and real suede lacing up the side, just to finish off the edge of the doily and give it a little frame. And then the back side of that one just ended up happening to be printable that looks like note paper, school paper, lined paper. And then this one is probably my favorite one that I've done to date. This is a piece of torn up sheets that I bought, a twin-sized vintage sheet with the purple roses. I have a blue roses one too, and I ripped it into all sorts of widths of strips. I left some wide in case I wanted to use them for something other than strips, but this was what I intend to use most of them for. And then I've got some different little bling things and some coupons and stamps and a little piece of silk fabric. And this is cut out of a piece of wider black lace. And then this is the star of the show, this iridescent dragonfly that is a iron-on patch. And this was from my mom's stash of sewing stuff when she passed away. And then the background page on this is a photocopy of a collage I did with music paper that had inked edges. And then I kept the original and photocopied it. And then coffee dyed paper on the back. And that one I did number. I've started to number them. So that was 5 of 5. And that's what usually happens, is my favorite one is the last one I do. I think I said that before. I really like this one too. This is printable background, lace, a piece out of a shirt that I tore up that I bought off of Wish that never fit me right. It fit, like it was big enough, but it just felt weird. Sleeves were too skinny, neck was too high. We've all had those bad purchases if you buy anything online. But it had this beautiful teal lace, so I salvaged that from it. And I think I even salvaged the fabric. It was like a t-shirt fabric, so I've got that as well that I can use. So it wasn't a total bust, it was pretty cheap. And then these little wooden buttons that you get at the dollar store, I sat down with them while I was watching TV and put string through them so they look like they're sewn on, even though it's glued on. And then that one has a green background. And when I started trading them, these are all still on the Trivial Pursuit cards. The Trivial Pursuit cards are 2 3/8 wide, and a trading card is supposed to be 2 1/2. So there's an 1/8 of an inch difference. The height is fine, it's 3 1/2. But to make up for that, I've started to, when I'm going to be trading them, I add this little bit of lace that makes it the right width, so that if any purists are trading with me, they're not going to get upset that it's not the right width. And I think I'm done offering these other ones for trade now, so it shouldn't be an issue. And once I've used up my Trivial Pursuit cards, I'll probably just start making my own out of cereal box or cardstock or whatever. This one I did a couple of series, and I've got a whole bunch more set aside, matched up the backgrounds with the main features for future ATCs, but I just haven't done them all yet. And so I did add the pink lace down the side, and then these were some of the die cuts that I got in St. Jacobs, well, in Cambridge, when I did my St. Jacobs trip with my sister. So I've got a couple of postage stamps, and they don't all get a little sentiment on them, but I added a little sentiment on this one. And that one's got just a black background. And then this one is lavender on B paper, B music paper, which was a printable. I don't remember where it was from, or I would give credit. Stay inspired, some stamps, some buttons. I've enjoyed adding the buttons, and I've got a couple thousand buttons to work through, so I need to use them on my ATCs. And then I did a video on this. It's West Virginia themed, because someone in the ATC group was asking if anyone had some state ATCs. She was collecting them, and she didn't have, there was a few states she didn't have, so this was one of them. And I'm from West Virginia. I was born in West Virginia. We moved to Canada when I was 2. So having traveled there every year for most of my life, there was about a 10-year period when I didn't go, when I was busy with other things, but I've collected, you know, a little bit of West Virginia stuff, so I had paperwork that I could do some cards, and so I did a small series of them, and I'm just waiting on some more materials. I don't have any more of these little state seals, and I would really like to include them. And this picture was out of a West Virginia magazine, just some green foliage, and then I did that on this one's not a Trivial Pursuit card. This is a black cardstock one that I cut. So that is my collection thus far. And I've got to add these cards that I got today into it. So thank you for watching. It's almost 45 minutes here. So if you've stayed till the end, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And most of all, have a great day. Talk to you soon.